Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you are having a good week so far. Students, in this class we are looking at IELTS speaking part 1. The first part of the speaking section, and this one will focus on toys. So we're starting the week off with a fun topic, the week of live class streaming anyway. Welcome Carolina, our chat moderator. Good to have Umra and our members with us today. Welcome Niroshanth, Fong, Norzine, Domo, Salamat, Harijat. Nice to have so many students joining in on the class. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS success, visit us there. For general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. Our websites serve as our textbooks and practice platforms for our live classes. Our academic IELTS website looks like this with a blue background at aehelp.com. Click this big red button that I just circled above my head to join our premium IELTS package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and again, you get all of our practice exams, audios, videos, apps for your phone that we use for these live classes. We will use the website today to talk with some of our viewers and practice for speaking part 1. We are an IDP affiliate, British Council partner. I'm a certified British Council agent. You are in great hands with us. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. It's the green background. And again, just click that big red button right above my head to join the premium package. It is a one-time payment for lifetime access. So you only pay once and you can use it as long as you like. You don't need to pay every month and so on. It doesn't cost a lot of money. All right. So let's take a look at the schedule for this week's live classes as well. Oh, and of course, you can still use this code TARGET9 for that 20% discount on the websites. And if you want to download the apps first, you can do that too. You can download the apps Academic IELTS Help, General IELTS Help. You can find our schedule on this YouTube channel, so subscribe to the channel, click the notification button to see the live class, live streaming schedule, and also to get notifications when we upload our HD videos, like the speaking video that we uploaded on Saturday. So definitely a good idea to do that. You can also check us out on Instagram for information, IELTS_AEHelp, GIELTS Help. And if you have questions, just send me an email. Questions about IELTS, questions about applying for school or immigration, or about the English language, just send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com, and I will get back to you in short notice. Students, this week, we've got speaking part 1 right now, and then tomorrow we will have task 1 writing for members. We'll have reading for the subscribers chat. We'll have speaking part 2, speaking part 3 for everyone on Saturday. And then on Sunday morning, we will have a class on Lighthall. Lighthall is an awesome platform for live teaching. You can check it out there. You can register for the class. It's a free class. So it'll be a full speaking interview session there where we can do video with audio, just like the computer-based IELTS exam. Check out our latest video too that we put up. It's really good for your speaking practice. This is a speaking class. So check out this speaking video. All right. Parteek, love back at you in India. Thank you for those hearts and positive vibes and emotions. That's awesome. All right, everybody. So IELTS speaking, it's a speaking interview. It has 3 parts. Part 1 takes about 5 to 6 minutes. It's very important that you do a good job in part 1 because it's the easiest part of your speaking section. You're talking about yourself, you're talking about a general topic. So you want to be confident, you want to be clear in part 1. And so you really want to do a good job in part 1 of your speaking interview, and I'm here to help you with that. Okay, so you go to your IELTS speaking interview and you register 20 minutes before the interview. And then you go into the interview, you see a man or a woman, usually a native speaker of English, but not for sure. They could be a non-native speaker as well. They will be basically like a native speaker at that level, even if they're not. And then they will ask you some questions to introduce yourself. Now you have to have your passport with you. You have to have a pen or pencil, and and you can have water with you as well. Nothing else. So all you need is your bottle of water, your pen, pencil, and your passport, your identification that you use to register. And the examiner will be sitting there. Don't worry, they're doing their job. You're doing your job. Don't stress. Don't be nervous. Just do your best, okay? Keep in mind, they examine a lot of people. I'm sure they will examine people who have lower English than you, who have higher English than you. So just be you. That's my first big advice for you today is just be you. Okay. Now this is a speaking class, so make sure to speak and repeat. Okay. So copy what I say, copy how I say it. I'm speaking with a West Coast North American English accent. I'm Canadian, but that doesn't mean much. Different parts of Canada, people speak with different accents and styles. West Coast in British Columbia, Alaska, Washington, Oregon, California, like Los Angeles, Hollywood, we all kind of speak the same style, the same lingo. We tend to have this West Coast style of speaking. So let's get into it, everybody. I want to do lots of practice today. I want to tell you lots of strategy. Full sentences, please. First question, may I see your identification? Okay, so give me a nice full sentence answer for this. Hi, Masala. Good to see you in class as well. Chayan Kip, nice to see more of our members hopping in. It's fantastic. So may I see your identification, please? Yes, of course. Here is my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look at my credentials. Okay. Nice full sentence answer. So repeat after me. May I see your identification, please? Yes, of course. Here's my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look at my credentials. Nice and fluent, everybody. If it was slow the first time, say it again, okay? Yes, of course. Here's my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look at my credentials. We have a couple other ways that people are saying this in the chat, which is fine. Baljit says, yes, here's my passport, which I have used for registration. Please have a look at my credentials. Good, that works. Almost the same. Okay. All right, let's get this a little bit bigger. There. You can see the text a bit better now. Harleen Coer says this, and this is a very common mistake. Students, do not make mistakes at the beginning in your first sentence. It just doesn't look good. Okay. So a lot of students say this, yes, please. Okay. In English, that sounds awkward to say yes, please. Okay. We usually say yes, please when someone asks us if we want something. So if my friend says, would you like a cup of water? And then answering this request, I can say, yes, please. Because the missing part here is, yes, please, I would like some water. Okay. But when somebody says, can you show me your passport? We don't say yes, please, because it's kind of like, oh, you want me to take your passport from you, or what's going on? So don't say yes, please. Just say yes. Yes, of course. Yes, gladly or happily. Don't say yes, please. It's awkward English, and you want to sound natural, especially at the beginning. Okay, Harleen? So no, please. Okay. Even just say yes. Yes, here's my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look at my credentials. No, please in that sentence, okay? Or if you say please, you have to actually make the request. Please have a look, okay? So please is used for requests, okay? All right. Let's go to the next question. So you're holding up your passport. I'm pretty sure they're still using COVID rules, so they don't take your passport. They don't touch it. They don't want to touch 50 passports in a day from around the world potentially. So they will just get you to hold your passport in the face-to-face interview. And then they will ask for your full name. So they will say, what is your full name? So first question, may I see your identification? Yes, of course. Here's my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look. What is your full name? And then you want to give your full name the same way that it is in your passport. My given name is Arlene, and my family name is Bartok. Please just call me Arlene. See, it's a request. So please just call me Arlene, okay? I'm always making up different names. My name is Adrian, but I just came up with a woman's name today, Arlene. It's a pretty name. Here we go. So what is your full name? Repeat after me. My given name is Arlene, and my family name is Bartok. Please just call me Arlene. Okay, Arlene, the speaking has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better. Some questions on a general topic. Okay. Yeah, Baljit, I believe that in the computer-based version, you do need to hold up your identification on the camera and show it. So you do have to have it with you and ready, even for the computer-based version of the test as well. Okay. All right. So, Harry Jot, let's see what you have for this. Again, questions like, can I see your identification and what is your full name? Do not make mistakes answering these questions. Do not try to use new English for these questions. Make sure that you are prepared and you can comfortably, naturally answer these questions, okay? All right, Harry Jot, let's check out what you have for us today. Harry Jot says, my full name is Herjot Thind. My relatives call me by my English nickname, Harry. You can also call me Harry. Harry, I would say, instead of you can also call me Harry, I would probably say, please call me the same. So just so you're not repeating Harry, Harry, Harry. So my relatives call me by my English name, Harry. Please call me the same. And then I know you want to be called Harry. Okay, good. So you're on a roll, you're feeling comfortable, you've taken a few deep breaths to get yourself focused, okay? At this point, so you are remembering to breathe, you remember to use full sentences, give explanations and examples, use numbers to clarify your communication. Okay, so you're doing good. You're making eye contact. Your hands are on the table. Okay, don't keep them under the table. Don't put your arms crossed like this. That's not good either. Then you're restricting your breath. So just put your hands on the table. You can use your hands during your speaking. Gestures are okay. Students ask me that, is it okay to move my hands? Yeah, absolutely. Moving your hands helps your communication and your expression. So do that. It's a good idea. Hamant, if you only have your first name in your passport, then just use your first name only. Say, my name is Hamant, and please just call me Hamant. My family name is Saud, but it does not appear in the passport. Okay. All right, and then the examiner asks you a very common question. The examiner says, where do you live? Okay. Now, where do you live? Think about your country. Think about your state, your city, your house or apartment. And give good details, good connections, okay? So, I live here in Canada, in the capital city of British Columbia, Victoria, in a 2-bedroom townhouse with my wife and children. I have lived there or here for the past 3 years. Okay. So big to small or small to big, you can say I live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Victoria, which is the capital of British Columbia in Western Canada. And I have lived here for the past 3 years. So focus on structure, focus on organization, okay? Repeat after me. Where do you live? I live here in Canada, in the capital city of British Columbia, Victoria, in a 2-bedroom townhouse with my wife and children. I've lived here for the past 3 years. Nice full sentence answer, clarity. The examiner knows you are here to do business. You are here to show your best English. Okay? You are in the interview to show your best English. And that's the way you want to think about it, students. So sometimes, I feel like candidates are thinking, I just need to get through this interview. I just need to get this done. But you shouldn't think that way. You should think, I'm here to show my best English. I have studied English for so long. I have used it for so long. I've seen so many movies in English. I play video games in English. Now it's time for me to just show my best English. Okay? So not, oh, I need to get this done. Let's just do it. Let's finish this exam. Don't think like that, okay? So show your best English. Okay? All right. SD. Nepbudo says, I live here in Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal. I have been living here since my childhood. Where? In an apartment, in a townhouse, in a bungalow. So, Nepbudan, where are you living in Kathmandu? in Nepal? What region of Nepal? West Nepal? Are you near the Himalayan mountain range? So a little bit more information and I can give you a better band score. So if you just tell me that you live in this country since your childhood in this city, it's okay. You can still get a good band score, but you want to use these questions to remind yourself that details are important. I live here in Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, and I have been living here in a 3-bedroom detached house since my childhood. Okay, so a little bit more, just a sprinkle, just a touch more information, and you'll get a better band score. Okay, all right. Now, the speaking section is meant to be conversation style, so even if the questions feel like they're not really connected, you should make connections. It should feel like a conversation, okay? The next question here is, what do you like about your home? So what do you like about your home? Now, you don't have to be fancy schmancy, okay? When you think about a home, you can think spacious, bright, comfortable, convenient. Okay, it's close to school, it's close to work. Okay, maybe it's modern, maybe got a nice view. Okay, so think simple, students. IELTS, you don't need to get too creative. You just need to show good English. Okay, so think simple and show good English. Do not try to be too creative, as this often leads to confusing conversation and low scores. Okay, so careful with that. All right. So what do you like about your home? Let's see what you have. Okay. Sarah, let's see what Sarah has today. I'll give you an answer here in a second as well. Sarah says, while I prefer the most is the nature that surrounds my house, from the perfect view of the sea that I got from my windows to the green space around my house and the park where I spend my time. Okay, Sarah, a lot of information. You have to pay attention to your grammar, and instead of lots of information, pay attention to clear information. In the beginning, don't get too fancy because it becomes strange. What I like the most, not prefer, it's strange in that context. What I like the most is the nature that surrounds my house and the perfect, we say ocean view or sea view, I'm not sure, but ocean view or sea view that I not got, you didn't bring the ocean there, but you have, that I have from my windows. Okay, that's kind of strange because it doesn't give me clarity. What do you mean from your windows? Like from your bedroom windows? From my bedroom windows. Okay. This helps me to relax on a stressful day. Yesterday, I spent half an hour watching the waves roll in from my window. Okay, So instead of giving more information like the park and so on, which was starting to get a bit too much, a bit confusing, let's give an example instead, Sarah. So try this, okay? And repeat after me, everybody. This is for everyone. Practice your answers, explanations, examples. What I like the most is the nature that surrounds my house and the perfect ocean view that I have from my bedroom windows. This helps me to relax on a stressful day. Yesterday, I spent half an hour watching the waves roll in from my window. Now, some of you probably realize that there's an interesting expression here. The waves roll in, okay? So when you're watching the ocean and the waves are going whoosh, 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 as they're hitting the shoreline, we say the waves are rolling in because they're kind of, that's what they're doing, right? They're rolling into the sandy beach. So watching the waves roll in from my window. It's a nice visualization, right? Okay, that's great. So again, remember, don't get too fancy unless you're sure that you're clear, okay? All right, here we go. So students, let's continue. You will have lots of chances to practice and give me answers. Let's get into part one. So the examiner says, okay, let's talk about toys. They usually have some kind of a topic that everybody has experience with. Arguably, everybody has experience with toys, okay? Whether from childhood, whether with their children, whether with other children, their relatives. There are toys for adults as well. People love to play games. Toys are a big part of life. Okay, so when they introduce the topic like toys, you should think of related words. And practice doing this at home, okay, when you're practicing for the IELTS. So, what are some words that are related to toys? When you think of the word toys, what words come to mind? Okay, so Manat, the response is a bit too much. I feel like heaven when I'm in my house is a bit weird. Okay. All right. Anahita says dolls. Sharish says piano. Sure. SD says video games. Absolutely. Prabesh says enjoyment. Yeah. So the feeling, the emotions, right? Anuj says Game Boy. Gurpreet says cars. Yeah. We say sometimes adult toys are cars, yeah. Teddy bear, sure. Harleen, characteristics of toys like durable. Navjot says remote control car. It's also called an RC. Okay. All right. Balls, sports equipment can be toys as well. Right. Cricket bat. How about fun? Entertainment. I'm not really seeing these ones come up yet. Okay. Puzzle. Yeah. So toys. How about children? Okay, birthdays, park, places where we use toys, right? Okay, so think about that. So think about location, think about feelings, think about qualities of toys, think about a lot of different attributes. So don't just think toys themselves, right? All right, good. So now that you have all of these words and ideas swimming around in your head, you will be able to answer these questions a bit better. So the examiner says, how often do you buy a toy? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Now, this is looking for adverbs of frequency. So always, often, usually, sometimes, rarely or seldom, and never. Okay? Those are adverbs of frequency. Now, when you use adverbs of frequency, you want to quantify. Once a month, every week, twice a day. Okay, so quantify it as well. All right, Masala says, I purchase a toy once in a while, like as a gift for a birthday party, and even sometimes for my cousin who is 10 years old, not older. Just a couple of months ago, I bought an electric rechargeable car for my sister. Okay, let's stick with your cousin here because it's getting confusing, all the people you're buying toys for. And let's make it an RC car, a remote control car, RC car, instead of a rechargeable car, okay? So this is a little bit better, Masala. A couple of corrections to make it more natural. Good job paraphrasing the word buy with purchase, and good job using the question, Masala. So I purchase a toy once in a while, like as a gift for a birthday party, and even sometimes for my cousin who is 10 years old. Just a couple of months ago, I bought an RC car for my cousin when I visited his home. Okay? That's a nice full sentence that's very clear and specific. All right. Let's take one more. This is Rashila. So Rashida says, I often, not oftenly, I often don't buy toys. We don't say I often don't buy toys. We would say I rarely or I seldom buy toys. And then not but the last time, because we're not contrasting here. The last time I bought a toy was for my 5-year-old brother. You're missing the word old here. 5-year-old brother on his birthday, not cause, but because he likes pandas very much, and he was very happy after seeing his favorite new toy, a panda plushie. Okay, so careful, students. You have to sound natural. We don't use the negative with frequency, so we don't say I often don't buy toys. It's very strange. So I seldom buy toys. The last time I bought a toy was for my 5-year-old brother on his birthday because he likes pandas very much, and he was very happy after seeing his favorite new toy, a panda plushie. Okay. Students, make sure you're repeating. So as I'm doing these corrections, make sure that you copy what I say. Okay. All right. This answer is by Dior. We'll take one more. So Dior says, well, honestly, I am not into toys and therefore I seldom purchase them in purpose of gifting to someone. Okay. We don't need the well honestly. I'm sure you're honest with me because I'm the examiner, and if you're not honest with me, I don't care because it's an IELTS exam and I'm not here to judge you on your honesty. So I know it's an expression, but don't overuse it, students, especially for simple questions like how often do you buy toys? You don't need to say, well, honestly. Just say, I'm not into toys and therefore I seldom purchase them. I only buy them for the purpose of gifting someone on a special occasion, like my nephew's birthday last July, when I bought him some Legos. Okay? So repeat after me. I'm not into toys and therefore I seldom purchase them. I only buy them for the purpose of gifting someone on a special occasion, like my nephew's birthday last July when I bought him some Legos. Bought him. Okay. We'll often conjugate those two words. I bought him some Legos. It sounds like bottom, like the bottom of something. I often, so I bought him some Legos. Okay. All right. Next question. Where is a good place to buy toys? Where is a good place to buy toys? Give me a nice full sentence for this one. This sentence is coming from Harleen. So what I'm doing, students, just so you are clear, when I take a sentence or an answer like this one from Harleen, I'm correcting the grammar. I'm making sure that it's natural. I'm correcting the words, the word choice. Okay. And also I'm correcting the content. So making sure that it has good information. So Harleen says, according to my perspective. We don't say that naturally, okay? It's not natural to say according to my perspective for a question like where's a good place to buy toys. According to me, okay? If you're going to use this expression, keep it simple. According to me. The best place for buying products, not products is too general, for buying toys, okay? Be specific. Is from the malls on a flying discount, which is stone's throw distance away from my home. Arlene, it sounds like you're trying to impress me with idioms, but it's not happening. All you are doing is sounding confusing, okay? So you need to speak with clear English. Students, avoid using idioms unless you are 100% sure that it sounds natural and clear. You should never force idioms into your answers, okay? So this is a very important tip for your IELTS exam. Never force idioms into your answers, as this sounds awkward and often confusing. So you will get a lower band score than if you just speak clearly. Okay. So according to me, the best place for buying toys is from the mall, because the stores there often, or frequently, if we don't want to repeat often, frequently have good discounts, and there are several located close to my home. This is where I bought the Legos for my nephew, and I saved $10. Okay, so I'm making connections here. So I got rid of those awkward idioms that just sounded kind of weird and forced, replaced it with clear English, and then I made a connection to the previous sentence. So changing it from a band 4-5 to a band 9 response. Okay, Harleen? So according to me, the best place for buying toys is from the mall because the stores there frequently have good discounts, and there are several located close to my home. This is where I bought the Legos for my nephew, and I saved $10. Now it's much, much better. Okay. Nisha has this answer. Nisha says, one can purchase toys from wherever it is convenient to them, but the best place to buy them is, I would say, gift shops or malls, as there are a variety of toys available which are trending. It's okay. It's just a bit general. Okay, so do not give general answers, especially not in part 1. This part is about you, so you buying toys, okay? So not one can, but I can. I can purchase toys from wherever. Wherever is useless, doesn't give me any information as your listener. I can purchase toys from online, or in shops, whichever is convenient at the time. But the best place to buy them is, I would say, gift shops or malls, as there are a variety of toys available which are trending. Okay. Good. So that sounds much better. And don't forget your example. So I got a very trendy Pikachu Pokemon for my sister at the mall. Okay. So again, as I'm making these corrections, make sure to repeat. Okay. Again, this one sounds as, I can purchase toys from online or in shops, whichever is convenient at the time. But the best place to buy them, I would say, is gift shops or malls, as there are a variety of toys available which are trending. I got a very popular Pikachu Pokemon for my sister at the mall. Okay. All right. Good. Students, doing fantastic. I think you have a clear idea of what to say and how to say it. So now I want to take some volunteers for speaking. So anybody who feels comfortable, you do not have to do this. This is a choice. Anybody who feels comfortable can now volunteer, and we can actually practice speaking. So I can give you a band score estimate. I can tell you what band score your answer is for the IELTS, and give you some corrections, and we can learn from each other. So go to aehelp.com, our website, create a My Student account, click on Student Partner Speaking, enable your microphone in the browser, and then send me a message. I want to volunteer. It's very easy to do this. I will show you how. Okay. So the website is aehelp.com. Okay, aehelp.com, there, like that. And then you can create an account by joining our premium IELTS package or a free account. For premium IELTS package, click that big red button right there that's just above my head. Again, worth it, one-time payment. This website is the textbook and the tool for our live classes. It's got lots of help for you. Or you can click the green button that's just right behind my head to try it for free, and you can use this function for free, this chat interface. You go to your My Student account, it will log you in. Okay, when you're logged in, you will see some fancy buttons here on the side. Today we are using the student partner speaking, that's at the top there. Okay. You can book a full IELTS speaking practice interview with me by clicking that yellow button. Okay, so that one's a paid service. And if you see this red button, it means you can even register for your online IELTS exam from the website. If you don't see that button, it's because it's not available in your country, the online IELTS test. That's right, Harry Jod. It's one-time payment and it's lifetime access, correct. If you ever have difficulty with the account, you just send us an email. And by the way, you can contact us, students. I don't think I've showed you this, but you can contact us through the website up here as well, through that contact button, okay? All right, so let's click on the student partner speaking, accept that you will be polite and you are responsible for your conversation. And then you see this lovely list of students and candidates here. So we have Sarah, Mohammed, Baljit, Yash, Amra, Friska. So lots and lots of students there, which is fantastic. And then you'll see me. Mine will be master, so you'll see me as master. Send me just a text saying I want to volunteer. Okay. So let's see if Friska is here. I'm going to put on my ears so I can hear you better. Okay. Let's see if Friska is ready. Okay, Friska, if you are there, let's try to connect. Students, best is to use a computer, of course, for this kind of chat interface, just like with Zoom and Skype. But phones should be okay too. Okay, here we go. Hi, Friska. Sounds like you picked up, but I cannot hear you, so I'm not sure if you enabled your microphone. Students, make sure to check the system with other students as well. Make sure to enable your microphone in your browser and test it with somebody else. So Friska, check it out, test it with someone. Make sure it works, okay? All right, let's see if Yash is here. Yash, are you ready? Okay, and we've got lots of volunteers, which is fantastic. Okay, Yash says, I want to be a volunteer. Yash. Hello, Yash. Again, same thing. I can't hear you. So, Yash? Are you there? I thought I heard someone.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, now you are, Yash. Now I can hear you. There you are.
Yes, yes.
How are
Thank
you?
so much. How are you? I am doing great, sir.
I'm also doing great, Yash. Where are you calling from, Yash?
Yeah, actually, I am calling from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India.
Nice, good answer. There we go. Some detail.
Yeah, I just recently saw your last video with the girl name, like her surname was Chaudhary, and you interact with her. So that was the last video I saw on the YouTube channel.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear that you're finding the videos useful and you're studying. That's fantastic, Yash. Okay, Yash. Well, let me ask you some part one questions. Give me some nice full sentence answers. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then let's talk about toys. How often do you buy a toy?
Mm, Buying a toy is one of my choice. Actually, I not often buy a toy, but whenever I have someone's birthday or something occasion, so I remember that last time one of my nephew's birthday, and I went to the shopping center. There was a Lego top toy shop, so I purchased a uh, Lego kit to give my nephew as a birthday gift. So that was the last time I buy a Lego kit. So I'm not
What
often
was your
buy a
favorite
toy.
childhood? What was your favorite childhood toy?
My favorite childhood toy was the RC car. When I was about 6.5 years old, my father gave me a RC car they bought from the markets, and that was the red color with long antenna on the remote. And I enjoyed a lot to drive with that remote control. One of the best
Okay.
experience with
Okay.
car driving.
All right. Um, okay. Good. We'll stop there. All right. Okay. Good. So your band score would be a 6.5. Roughly. Okay. But
Okay.
I think you can get higher. I think you can get 7.5 very quickly. You just have to change your style a little bit for the IELTS. Okay.
Okay.
I'll explain the reason. So first of all, you're over speaking. You're giving me too much information and you're repeating information. Uh,
Yes.
so in the IELTS exam, do not keep talking. So don't keep talking until the examiner stops you, because then we get into a really awkward conversation. So I asked you this question, how often do you buy a toy? And you were talking. And then I had to interrupt you. So I said, what was your
Yeah.
favorite childhood toy? But because I was interrupting you, I had to repeat my question. Then it was kind of awkward for you. So don't do that in the IELTS. In the IELTS, just give the answer, explanation, example, and be direct. This question, I said, how often do you buy a toy? And you said, buying a toy is one of my choice. Don't introduce your answer. That people who tell you to do that online or in some IELTS program, they don't know what they're talking about. I just have to be very direct about this. They don't know what they're talking about. We don't introduce our answers. It's strange. It's not on topic. So saying something like buying a toy is one of my choice, it makes me feel like what are you saying, right? So your answer actually started here with
Yeah.
actually, and it's not actually, I not often, actually I, what should you say? It's not, it's actually I
Seldomly.
don't. Instead of not, it's don't, do not. Actually, I don't often buy a toy. But you're
Okay.
right, Yash. Saying seldom is better. Okay?
Yes.
So actually, I seldom buy a toy. Whenever, and then you said whenever I have someone's birthday or something. So when you're practicing for the IELTS, and this is a very important point for everybody listening, and you use a very general pronoun or subjective noun like someone, correct it with a better word. Okay, someone doesn't have meaning for your listener. So you need to replace that with a better word. What's a better word than someone's birthday? So instead of someone, whenever I have
My relatives' birthday or friends.
Exactly. So much better, right? Now I can give you more lexical
Yes.
resource, Mark. So when I have a relatives or friends
Okay.
Birthday. Yeah, that's so much better now than someone's. Okay, that's what you need to do when you're
Yeah.
building your English. Absolutely. So step by step, you're getting a better band score here. So actually, I seldom buy a toy, but whenever I have a relative's or friend's birthday, and not or something, right? Because again, that doesn't. It's like or something. Okay, what? Right. So birthday, I purchase a toy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then you said last time I remember buying a toy. Some missing words here. Buying a toy was for my brother's birthday. Watch your possessives. I went to the mall, and then here you said Lego shop, Lego kit, Lego this, Lego that. Too much, right? It's too much Lego
Yeah.
going on. So I went to the mall and bought him some Legos, and bought him
Yeah. Yeah.
a box of Legos.
Okay.
Okay. The next question was actually better. It was more direct about the RC car, red color that your father got you when you're 6.5. That was a better answer. So that was a higher level answer. So stick to that, okay? Stick to more direct
Okay.
answers. Let me just repeat this answer and then copy this answer after me, okay? So I will say it and then you say it. Here we go. So actually, I seldom buy a toy, but whenever I have a relative's or friend's birthday, I purchase a toy. Last time I remember buying one was for my brother's birthday. I went to the mall and bought him a box of Legos. Go for it.
Okay. Actually, I seldom buy a toy, but whenever I have relatives or friends' birthday, I purchase a toy. Last time I remember buying one was for my brother's birthday. I went to the mall and bought him a box of Legos.
Much better. That's a band 9. Okay. So that's clear. Your pronunciation's lovely, by the way. Your pronunciation's easily a band 8. So just make sure
Yeah.
that you're direct and coherent, and don't introduce your answers, students. Don't say things like, thank you for asking me that question, or buying a toy as a choice for each individual. Don't introduce your answers. It sounds really weird. Okay. So don't do that. All right.
Yeah.
All right, that was really good. I hope that you have a great experience with the IELTS exam, Yash, and good luck
Yes.
on your test. Make sure to come back and practice, okay?
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity you gave me to speak here. Uh, I have one question to ask you about the last tutorial video.
Go
If you
for it,
don't
Yash.
mind, can I
Yep,
ask that?
yep.
Yeah, as I am living in the city of Ahmedabad, I just show your video, so I want to ask you that just for the information. The video has been shot in the Ahmedabad, or just you are posting that online?
It's just a sample, yeah. It's just posted, so it's just make believe. It's not actually shot in Ahmedabad. No, we can't. It would be too much to just keep flying around all over the world. So it's just for the
Yes.
sake of the video to kind of give it an idea of how it feels. Okay,
So
but good question.
so is Yeah, but is that the AI, or just the realistically you sit with the candidate?
Oh, it's no, it's realistically, absolutely, yeah. So that's exactly what you will experience in your face-to-face interview when you go into a room. It will be
Yes,
identical to that experience. And
yes,
I'm and
yes,
I'm actually
exactly.
there. Yeah, and I'm actually in the room with that person. It's not AI. No.
So just in a nutshell, I just want to know that where is the location the video has shooted?
That's in Victoria, where I am right now
Oh,
in Canada. Yeah. So
okay, okay.
Canada is one of the big advantages where I live is it's very multicultural. So people from all over the world will travel here, and that candidate is from India, and I don't think she's from Ahmedabad, but she's from close by there. So yeah, we find candidates who are
Yeah,
actually from those locations. So it's there's basically no difference. At the end of the day, it's a room with that student from that region.
yes. I saw the number of videos from the Indian people. So is that everything has been shooting in the Victoria, as you are
No,
told me?
no, 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 no. Some of the videos are shot in different locations in different parts of the world. Like a lot of
Yeah,
them are in Europe as well. Yeah, so not just. Yeah.
yeah. So number of people, like I'm living in the state of Gujarat, and the other videos I saw from Tamil Nadu and the Bangalore. So those are the differences. So may all those not are shooted in the India as you are talking about. It's
None in
located.
actual India yet so far. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I hope I if if you come in India, then I hope to meet you whenever I get an opportunity.
One day for sure, Yash. All right. Have a
Yeah.
nice day, Yash. We'll talk again
Yep.
soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for giving me this too much information about your the website and all.
You're very
Yeah.
welcome, Yash. Thanks for your questions.
Yeah.
Bye bye. All right, that was Yash. Give him a thumbs up. Students, we're still doing updates to our website, so you might have to reload the page. I just noticed that I had to reload the page for the connection, but I'll definitely speak with our techs and make sure that it works okay. So I just reloaded the page. If you see that the WebSocket's closed, it means that you just have to do a reload, and then you can again contact me if you get that error message, okay? Muhammad, I know you have been waiting patiently. Let me see if you are available. So are you ready? Okay, so viewers, students, you might have to again reload this page. If you're having trouble connecting, which is fine, just refresh, reload, and then we can connect, okay?
Hi, sir.
Hi, Mohammed. How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Mohammed, what part of the world are you calling from?
I'm coming from Azerbaijan, yeah,
Azerbaijan. Where in Azerbaijan?
uh, I'm in Ganges City.
Ganges City. Okay, I'm not familiar with others Azerbaijan, I'll be honest with you. But I
It's fine.
imagine it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, Mohammed, and why are you taking the IELTS exam?
Actually, I want to go to overseas to have a good bachelor degree study. Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing it for school. What are you planning to study?
IT, like software engineering.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, Mohammed, let me ask you some part one questions. I'll give you some feedback. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about toys. Where is a good place to buy toys?
I will say the malls actually, because they have a lot of variety of toys to buy.
What's your favorite toy?
I will, to be perfectly honest with you, I will say drones, because it gives you some chills and vibe when you just control it, and you can look to the ground from the sky actually, and it is very good actually, I think.
If you could make a toy, what would you create?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
If you could make any toy, what would you create?
Um, Actually, I don't sure if it's making rocket is a toy, but I will say that will be my answer for sure, because I think rockets will be one of the best things to which children to have.
Okay. So that would be about a band 6.5, Mohammed.
Oh,
Because your answers are fluent, so you're speaking fluently, which is a band 6. I can understand them, so I can understand what you're saying. But the answers are slightly confusing and a bit awkward, and you are making some grammar mistakes that are unnatural and strange. So I let me give you a bit of specific feedback. I think that your score should be higher. Like just talking with you from the beginning, I think that you should also be scoring like Yash at least a 7.5. So you need to change your style of speaking and your strategy of speaking, okay? So first of all, my first tip to you is use the question in your answer. So when you hear the question, use the question. Where's a good place to buy toys? The best shops to buy toys are. If you could make any toy, what would you create? Given the chance to build a toy, I would make a. Okay, so use the question to start your answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, don't use you. I asked you kind of a filler question. I said, what is your favorite toy? And then you said, my favorite toy is a drone. You can do this. You can do that. Don't say you, say I. So I can fly it around my house. I can see the world from a bird's eye view. Okay, so I can do this. It's I, me, my, not you. Okay. I don't have a drone, I'm sad to say. I wish I did, though. I want a drone. But I don't have one. So you have to talk about your drone and you have to say I, me, my. Okay? So use the question in your answer to be more accurate. All right?
Yeah.
So where's a good place to buy toys? I would say the best places to purchase toys are malls because they have a lot of variety of toys to buy. Now, you went a little bit the other direction of Yash. Yash was speaking too much about Legos and Lego kits. You were speaking too little. You said malls because they have a lot of variety of toys to buy. But you're kind of missing an example here. It would be really nice to include an example of what that means, what variety means for you. Is there a mall where you live in the city or close by?
Yeah, we
Okay.
have 3 of them.
There's 3? Okay, wow. Now, don't overcomplicate. Just we can say the Big West Mall
I can
near my
use-
home.
Okay.
Has a huge toy shop with thousands of different toys. Okay, so just that example will make it so much more detailed and fluent and a higher band score. So let me ask you this question again and give me the answer with using the question and with the example. Okay, you don't have to use my example. You can use your own example. So once more, where's a good place to buy toys?
I will say the best places to purchase toys are malls because they have a lot of variety of toys to buy. For example, the big Genja Mall nearby home has a huge toy shop with thousands of different toys.
Way better. That's a band-aid. Okay, you see how that was really fluent, clear, direct, specific. You're done. Next question, right? And I have in my mind as the examiner, I feel that you accurately, clearly, fluently answered that question, so we're good to go. Okay, that's the big difference between a 6.5 and an 8 band. Okay, and then I asked you if you could make a toy, what would you create? Now, this is another big tip for everybody, okay? So when I'm speaking with students in these interactions, these tips are for everyone, and because these mistakes are common. On the IELTS, be affirmative, okay? On IELTS, be sure of your answers and be direct. So don't say, sentences like, well, maybe, or I'm not sure if it's a toy, but... No, it's that kind of conversation. Even if we're speaking in another language, in our own native language, it starts to make people confused and unsure. If you're not sure, I'm not sure, and then we're all just confused looking at each other with big eyes going, what? So you have to be sure, okay? A rocket is a toy. Of course a rocket's a toy. Even Elon Musk shot a rocket with a Tesla car into space. You know what? Honest, that's just a giant billion-dollar toy that we shot into space. There was no purpose for it. It was just a toy. Right? Who shoots a car into space, right? Who's going to drive that car? An alien? It was a toy. It was this adult man toy that he shot into space. So use the question. Given the chance, I would make a giant toy rocket. I love engineering, and I think this would be just awesome. I would also shoot my Lego car into the sky, kind of like Elon Musk with his Tesla. Okay. Did you hear? You heard about that, right? That he shot his car into space, I'm sure. Okay. That was a few years ago. Okay, so again, repeat after me. This repetition is for everybody, so I will say the sentence and then copy me. So given the chance, I would make a giant toy rocket. I love engineering, and I think this would be just awesome. I would also shoot my Lego car into the sky, kind of like Elon Musk with his Tesla.
Given the chance, I would make a giant toy rocket. I love engineering, and I think this will be just awesome. I would also shoot my Lego car into the sky, kind of like Elon Musk with his Tesla.
Fantastic. Original, creative, using the question. Now you're on to a good band score. Okay, so Mohammed, does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. So that's what you want to aim for. Don't overthink IELTS. So IELTS is a very direct conversation. It's a very coherent conversation. So answer, explanation, example, use the question, boom, next question. Okay?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. Awesome. Have a great day, Mohammed, in Azerbaijan, and I hope to hear from you again in the class, okay?
Yeah, thank you a lot.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Mohammed, that was great. Give Mohammed a thumbs up. That was really awesome there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take somebody else. Amra asking, can I volunteer? Yes. Amra, are you ready? I think Amra has been a long-time member of our channel. The portal seems to be behaving now as well, so let's hope that Amra is with us. We've got a good 18 more minutes in class, students, so we'll have some more students join us for sure. Okay. Yeah, Amra's there. Okay. Hi, Amra.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. What about you, sir?
I am fresh and full of energy. Thank you for asking. All right, Amra, ready to answer some questions about toys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. What was your favorite childhood toy?
When I was a toddler, my favorite toy was a big yellow fluffy bear because it was super cuddly and a friend of mine to embrace whenever I was going to bed and feeling alone. In fact, my mom told me that I couldn't fall asleep without making sure that my bear was in my bedroom.
If you could make a toy, what would you create?
Give us a chance to create any toy. I would certainly make a toy kitten that talks and behaves like a real one. Because if a person is sad and cannot afford to buy a real kitten, he will be able to purchase easily a toy kitten that will be multifunctional.
Okay, examiner will not laugh. Actually, you know what? If you're, I tell candidates, don't try to be funny because it's not good. So comedy is very difficult even in our own language. So in another language, comedy becomes even more tricky. So don't try to be funny, but sometimes answers like this one can make the examiner smile for sure. It's making me smile. For one reason, I have a very logical brain, Amra, and I'm trying to think like a toy kitten that behaves like a real kitten is going to be cheaper than a real kitten. So I don't know about that, but the examiner won't judge you on that. So on the reality, so it's totally fine. Amra, that's a solid band 8, I would say. Okay, easy band 8, maybe even a 8 to 9, honestly, 8 to 9. Some examiners will give you an 8.5. Very direct answer. You're using the question. You're making a lot of sense. One of the reasons you probably wouldn't get a band 9 is you had a couple of small, awkward mistakes. Like you said, the word bear. You had a cuddly teddy bear, and you pronounced it kind of like beer, like the drink, like drinking beer. Okay. But I got from the context that you're talking about a cuddly teddy bear. This is where you'd want to say teddy bear instead of just bear, and then it's a bit better, teddy bear. So pronunciation on that key word was a little bit off. You'll probably lose a little bit on that one, but really nice use of vocabulary like big and fluffy and cuddly, embrace. That was fantastic. It was very visual. One part of your answer that I liked is you were direct and very visual. You said that you couldn't fall asleep if you didn't have your teddy bear. That was very visual for me. I could see Amra not sleeping without the big yellow teddy. So that was great. Also, with the conditional, that was good. You said you would make a toy kitten that would talk and behave like a real kitten, because this would give people a chance to have, a cat, even if they can't afford a real one. Sure. Or like me, someone who's allergic to real cats. I can have a robot cat instead. Okay, Amra, very simple repetition this time. Just repeat the word after me. Bear.
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 Okay, anytime you have difficulty with a certain kind of word where you're not pronouncing it accurately, take a minute to look at the phonetics and then really over articulate the sound. So a lot of times people ask me, like, how do I practice pronunciation? What should I do? You improve pronunciation with what's called over articulation. Okay, so improve pronunciation with over articulation. Articulate means to make the sound with your mouth. So beer, I pull on my mouth like a smile, beer. And then with the animal, it's bear. I open my mouth into a more of a round shape. So I'm over articulating. So just one more time, Amra, over articulate with me. Bear.
Bear.
Beer.
Beer.
Bear.
Bear.
I drank beer with a group of bears.
I drink beer with a couple of bears.
Okay, good. Don't do that. It'll be a dangerous situation. Alcohol makes people aggressive, so just imagine what would happen with bears. Yeah, that's what you do, Amra, and then put it into context, just like I did, especially if you're confusing it with another similar word like beer, right? So you put it into context. Yeah. I drank beers with a group of bears. Okay, barefooted. All right, Amra, thank you for those lovely answers. Very nice English, by the way. Very, very nice English. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, bye, Amra.
Bye.
Okay, that was Amra. I'm just going to do a quick page reload here again, students, and just send me a hello. So again, you might have to reload the page to get this going, but that is okay. We'll figure it out with our text and make sure that it's working better and better for us over the coming couple of days. We'll fix that up for you. Let's try... Sarah, let's hear a lady's voice. We are suffering. Are you ready? Sarah, okay.
Can you hear me?
I can, Sarah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you? How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Yeah, I'm full of energy. The coffee, my morning coffee, is really hitting me hard. So I'm I'm pumped up for now anyway, until I hit my
Happy to
coffee.
know.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of coffee usually, so only before these live classes, so I get a bit of extra pep
Yeah.
in my step. All right, Sarah. So, how are you with toys? Do you love toys? Do you have tons of toys?
Yes, I do actually love toys. I have many.
All right. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions about toys. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. What was your favorite childhood toy?
I had a teddy bear when I was a kid, and it was my favorite toy. I used to keep it on my bed all the time and to sleep beside it. My mom gifted me that teddy bear on my birthday, so I feel that she is beside me all the time.
If you could make a toy, what would you create?
If I had the ability to create a toy, I would love to design a cotton doll, but which is not from originally from cotton. My mom used to make small cotton dolls, but she got allergic to cotton with time. So I would love to gift her another toy that doesn't make her allergic, made by me.
How have toys changed in the last 20 years?
Toys have changed during the last 2 decades. Kids used to like plastic toys, small toys, but nowadays kids have started asking for electronic toys like smartphones, iPads. When I was a kid, I used to ask for dolls to my birthdays, but my siblings nowadays love to ask for phones from my dad.
Fantastic, Sarah. You've been practicing.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like my best because I decided to take the IELTS exam on 10 October, so it's so soon.
Yeah, I mean, you got a month, so that's good. And you've been practicing for a while, and you're definitely in the right direction. So you waited the right amount of time, I think, which is fantastic. So far, with these questions, you're definitely at a band 8 to 8.5 for sure. Your first and third answer were your best answers. The one with the cotton doll was a bit of an awkward one. It was just, it felt like it was going a little bit off topic near the end of it.
Yeah.
But it was still okay.
I actually thought the question was like if you have like the ability or the knowledge just to recreate a toy which is like exists. But when I recognized what's exactly the topic, I didn't have like a time to go back. So I just tried to do my best with the same answer that was in my head.
Yeah, so that's a good point. I mean, you can change your answer, okay? It's okay to do that. Let me show you how you can do that, okay? So let's focus on that. And this is for everybody. So if you suddenly realize that you're going off topic or you're not really answering the question, or your answer is starting to get really weird and confusing for your listener, then it is a good idea to stop yourself and start again. And you can start right from the beginning. So simply just say, let me say that again. That's all you have to do. Or let me start that again. Okay. Let me start that again. If I had the chance.
So can I answer it again?
Yeah, absolutely. So just one more time before we get there, Sarah. One more time.
Yes.
You can always restart an answer. And if you feel like your answer is really weird, it probably is. So I definitely don't do this for every question, but if it happens once, maybe twice during the exam, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, try it one more time, okay? Here we go. If you could, and please use this expression just so everybody can hear it, the let me start that again. So if you could make any toy, what would you create?
Let me start that again. If I had the chance to make a toy, I would love to make a talkative doll. When I was a kid, I used to talk to my dolls, but I had their answers in my head. I would love if I can now talk with a doll that answer me, and I think that there is lots of kids that have the same imagination of mine.
Okay, much better. Yeah, that was way better. So at least half a band. And keep it simple. There are lots of kids that have the same wish.
Yeah.
One more time, Sarah. There are lots of kids that have this same wish.
There are lots of kids that have the same wish.
Yeah, exactly. So simple thoughts, simple thoughts. Okay, Sarah, much better, much better. Keep that going, okay? And don't forget, everybody, when you have good English, when you have reached that band 7 or higher in your speaking, you really just focus on content much more than grammar or vocabulary. Keep fixing grammar, keep fixing vocabulary, but focus a lot on content and your communication quality. So it's okay to make corrections. It's okay to restart your answer. Be confident. If you feel like you've made a mistake, then just say, let me correct that, or let me say that again, or I would like to rephrase that. Okay, that is another way. I would like to rephrase that, and then you can say it again. Okay. All right, Sarah, good. So keep practicing. I'm sure I will see you back here. I wish you a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you. I wish you a great day full with energy.
Thank you
and
so
good
much.
vibes.
Thanks. Bye, Sarah.
Well, bye.
Okay, that was Sarah. Thank you for the good vibes. Yeah. All right, let's take somebody else. Hoang, we haven't heard from Hoang in a while. So let's see if Hoang is there. Hoang, are you ready? I think Hoang is in Vietnam, or was it Hong Kong? I think Vietnam. All right. Hello, Hoang.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really great.
Super. Hoang, can you tell me where you are calling from?
I'm currently calling from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Ho Chi Minh. All right.
Yes.
And Hoang, why are you doing the IELTS?
It is one of my university's graduation requirements.
Fair enough. You have to be able to communicate with the world in coming years, right?
Yes.
We are becoming one planet. And a little bit of COVID is not going to stop us from that, I think. English is our choice of international language, it seems. Hoang, let me ask you a couple of questions about toys. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. How often do you buy a toy?
Actually, I used to buy toys regularly when I was a kid. I often bought Pokemon card. This is kind of popular. This was kind of popular among me and my friends. But since my parents bought for me a smartphone, then I have rarely bought toys because I can use my phone for my recreational purpose.
If you could make any toy, what would you create?
I'm gonna create a kind of board game which has a story on it, because I think that any game with a story could be easily captivate its players.
How have toys changed over the past 20 years?
Well, I think that one of the most conspicuous change about toy over the period of time is the material they used to produce toys. In the past, we could see people usually used wool or wood to make toys, but in recent times, the manufacturers tend to use plastic or nylon.
Okay. Good. So that would be a band 7 to 7.5, roughly, based on those answers. Okay. The first tip I have for you, Hong, is answer the specific question, not what's in your head necessarily. So not what you want to say, but what you need to say. Okay.
Yes.
Let me give you a bit more detail on this. So I asked you, how often do you buy a toy? What's the tense? Past, present, or future? How often do you buy a toy?
Present.
Present. And what was your answer?
I speak on the past first, and then
Yeah, so we've got
perfect tense. Perfect
exactly.
present.
So we've got a tense mismatch, right? And that's bad, right? Like if I'm having a conversation with you in Vietnamese and I say, Huong, what are you doing right now? And you start telling me what you did in your childhood, then I will probably, in a natural conversation, just say, no, Huong, I'm not interested in what you did 5 years ago. I'm interested in what you're doing right now. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, sorry. And then you'd change it, right? The difference in the IELTS exam is the examiner doesn't correct you like a real life situation. So they won't actually say no. They might repeat the question. So they might, if you say, I used to buy, they'll interrupt you and they'll say, how often do you buy a toy? And then you're like, oh, okay. Right? So they'll just repeat the question. But you have to be careful about that because that will cost you marks for coherence, understanding the questions. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
So your answer actually started with the since my parents bought me a phone. Okay?
Yes.
And the problem when we speak, and this is in a second language or in our own language, the more we speak, the greater the chance that we start to make mistakes in our diction, in our conversation. You said, since my parents bought me a phone, I rarely buy toys because I can use my phone for recreational purposes. I would say use my phone for entertainment.
Okay.
Okay. So I maybe buy a toy once or twice a year now. So we want to answer the question, right? Okay. So one more time, just give me a super direct answer. How often do you buy a toy?
Since my parents bought me a phone, I rarely buy toys because I can use my phone for entertainment. I maybe buy a toy once or twice a year now.
Band 9. That's a band 9. Okay.
Okay.
Fluent, clear, direct, perfect. Okay. Band 9.
Yes.
That's basically the idea that you're going for. In the examiner's head, the examiner, when you're finished speaking, in their head, they should have one word and one word only. And that word should be perfect. And that will be the band 9, when you can get that word inside of the head of the examiners. Perfect. And that's what happened. When you gave me that answer like that, nicely and fluently and clearly, good pronunciation, I had just one word in my head, perfect. And then check mark, band 9. And we're on to the next question. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
All right, so careful with that, just direct answer of the question. Okay, Hoang, thank you so much for volunteering and sharing your English with all of us. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks. Bye, Hoang. All right, that was Hoang. Give Hoang a thumbs up. Students, that's it for now. You've got lots of people here to practice with. Cicerani, I see you've got a ton of texts. Practice with each other, okay? Baljit, you've got your full IELTS speaking interview coming up in 45 minutes with me. I know you booked a time. Using the website. So Baljit used this function here, I will show you, to book a full IELTS speaking interview from the My Student account. It's right behind my head. It's right there. And so Baljit, try to find some other students over the next half an hour if you have some time, so that you can really warm up and practice these skills that we just discussed in the class, so that you can show me your best speaking ability when we do our interview, okay? Carolina, thank you so much for moderating the chat. I saw that there was a little bit of spamminess going on for sure, so that was good that you were helping to keep it all clean for us and answering a lot of people's questions. That's awesome. Thank you a ton. Thank you, members, for your support, and thank you to all of our viewers for being here with me. Remember, our websites are the textbooks for our live classes. So if you like this live class, register for the premium version of our website. It's definitely worth it. It's very cheap, and you have lots of materials and practice exams. That's at aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. I will be back tomorrow with task 1 writing for members, and we will do reading for subscribers. So we will see you all there. Much love to all of you, wherever you are in the world. You're all bright, beautiful people. Keep that in mind going forward. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria for now, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, use the website and good studies. Bye for now.